Welcome back to the Velocity channel, where this is your bridge to financial freedom. Today we're going to go ahead and get rid of a $35,000 loan. We're going to be getting rid of it very quickly, very succinctly. We're going to eliminate it very quickly. All right, now before we get into that, like, share, and subscribe so that everyone around the world can know the power of Velocity Banking. Are you ready? Well, so am I. So first off, I want to let you know where we are in the process. Okay, $35,000. Now, what does this mean? This means we're going to have to pay back the $35,000. Oh, by the way, at a 12% interest. And yes, it's going to cost us $684 each and every month. And I got to share this story with you. You know, sometimes when I wipe the whiteboard, I just use the towel. But when I used a erasing agent or a spray bottle for whiteboards, I noticed that wiping the board with all of the marker on it, it got much easier. And so it is with the tools that we use. When we use our credit cards, when we use our lines of credit, they are to make your life easier, not harder, all right? And so you can use these funds that you have already in order to eliminate debts like these, not in 6 years, not in 7 years, but way less than that, sometimes in 1 year and others in 3 years, all right? Come with me on this journey. You know, right, that $684 each month is not going towards the principal. Is that a shock to you? No. The $684 is being divided up like this. Now, you've heard of the term amortization. Well, amortization means that you're going to pay the same amount each and every month. It doesn't matter the amount that goes down here in the principal. So let's say this principal got reduced to $15,000. Guess what your payment would be each month? It's still at the $684 each and every month, all right? Now, this $684 is getting divided up like this. $350 goes towards the bank. That's not you. $334 goes towards the principal, all right? That's you. So right away, you see in the first month, there's something drastically wrong. And that is the bank is getting more than us. Now, did they give you cash for this $35,000? Oh, man, that's another video. I just want you to think about that. They didn't even give you cash. It's just some numbers in a computer, all right? But look at what happened in the second month. $346 interest, $338 principal. But now we see something, don't we? We see there's a decrease of $4 on the things that we're getting to the bank, right? The $4 decrease on the interest side, while there's a $4 increase on the principal side. Why is that? Well, because the principal is getting eliminated. Look over here. When this principal is affected, guess what else is affected? The interest. The less these guys get, the more you get. Ooh, always remember that, all right? Now, the third month, $343, and then on the principal side, we have $341. Listen, we are reaching the break-even level, and then in the fifth month, we are finally paying more towards the principal than we are, and then the sixth month, the seventh month, on and on and on. Now, you can do that if you want. You want to continue on that cycle of giving the bank more of your time, giving the bank more of your money, giving the bank more. Instead of reducing that, that's fine. There's no judgment from here. Not at all. There's no being critical. I remember one guy said, I know you're trying to make fun of me when you said it's okay to pay normal, right? I said, man, I'm not making fun of you. It's okay to be normal. Does that make sense? Absolutely. No, we don't make fun of anybody on here. All right. We respect all forms of eliminating of debt. If you want to eliminate it slowly, do it. If you want to eliminate fast, do that. If you want to use the Moneymax account where people are just plugging and playing and they never have to worry about money or their bills or any of their debts again, you can do that. If you don't, that's fine as well. All right? Listen, we're going to get rid of this. And I want to suggest something to you. Can I just suggest it? I want to submit this for your consideration. You've got the $500, right? And sometimes you don't know what to do with it, so you spend it on food, right? You spend it on shoes. But let me share with you a secret here. $500 is more powerful than you give it credit for. Because when you apply just $500 each and every month to the principal balance, you know what happens? Something happens within the amortization table that I want you to look at. And it's going to look like magic. I'm going to warn you right now. It's going to look like magic. It's going to look like I have something up my sleeve, but I don't, okay? I'm going to share with you what happens when you add the $500 each and every month, all right? Watch this. So look what happens. Look what happens when we do velocity banking on these terms, all right? $350 towards the bank, all right? We're not going to stop that, all right, the first month. But look at what we're paying on the principal. That's $834. Now watch what it does, this extra $500 a month. Watch what it does to this interest, all right? That's what we're going to be focusing on right now, is the interest. Because when you are canceling out that interest, you are making sure that you're paying that loan off much quicker. Because remember, the relationship that the principal has with interest. The principal is the host and the interest is the parasite. We gotta cancel those parasites, all right? Now, $350, $834. The second month, how much did it go down by? Went down by $9, right? $9, went down by $9. But on the principal side, it went up by $9. Ooh. Do you see what happens when you take care of the principal wisely, prudently? Okay, let's keep going. On the third month, yes, your $684 has turned into $1,184 each month. But what is it going to? It's getting split up. And it's, look at this now, $8 less than it was the last month. So $333 and $851. Do you see the relationship between the principal and the interest when we are just putting the $500 there? Now, what that makes us do is it makes us realize, wait a minute, if I'm going to be using the velocity banking method, and I'm going to use the finances in a way that is perhaps unconventional, but it's going to help me capture this cash flow each and every month much quicker. And oh, by the way, it's going to cost less in interest. Sign me up. And so what people are doing is they're canceling the traditional banking way of doing things, and they are making sure that they do the velocity banking way of doing things, since by the numbers, we see that it's going to save us massively in interest. Now, I didn't share with you what the interest is going to be on the traditional banking side. Well, let me go ahead and share that. I want to share both of them so that you can make a decision not based off of a story, not based off of a testimonial, but based off the numbers themselves, all right? Okay, total interest, okay, and we're actually, the $500 is going over there to the velocity banking, so the total interest on the traditional banking is going to be $14,266, all right? And that belongs to the traditional banking way of doing things, okay? That's what that belongs to. But if we were to do it the velocity banking way, how much would we spend in total interest? Let's just get that for you. Folks, it's the numbers. It's not magic, all right? Total interest that you would spend doing it the velocity banking way, $6,696. Compare that with $14,266. Now, when I was in school, they did a little signal like that. You remember that signal? That less than signal. $6,696 is less than $14,266. Now, that we've done the math, and this is how it works on the amortization tables. And if you're looking to use your line of credit, right, whether it's unsecured or secured, right, notice that you can use your line of credit of $500 to do the exact same thing, all right? And you can pay off your card in however many months you want to. Make sure that that cash flow is there. Do you remember how to do that? Let's go ahead and just go over it really quickly, okay? If you've got a, let's just say $10,000 card and you want to use just $500 each and every month on it, all right? $500 balance. And let's say you keep, I don't know, $200 in cash flow, all right? We're going to go ahead and make sure that we have that $200 in cash flow over here. We're going to cross out those zeros just to make it easier for us, all right? And it's going to be 2.5, so that's 2.5 months, right? 2.5 months to pay off the $500. Now, is that going to cost you an interest? Yes, yes. But please, remember, like I said, let's make decisions by the numbers. Even if it costs you $1,000 in interest, wouldn't $7,796 be less than $14,266? Even if it costs you $2,000, okay? At the end of the loan, at the end of everything, right? Wouldn't $8,696 be less than $14,000? You want me to keep going? What if it costs you $6,000 to use the $500 each and every month from your line of credit? Wouldn't that be less than $14,266? Folks, we have to start thinking like this. We've got to start thinking like it. Let's start not getting rid of our loans in 6 years, 7 years, 30 years, and even 40 years. Oh, poor home loan owner. Listen, if you own a home and they got you for 40 years, we're getting you out of it very quickly, okay? Please contact us. Contact our office, right? We're getting you out of it. It's not 6 years, guys. This was 6 years. No. This is a little over 2 years. It's like 3 years, 2-3 years, give or take, because we know things happen, right? Things happen. So please, let's make sure, I'm going to get out of your way so you can take a screenshot of this. Remember, this over here is called, right, the balance, line balance, and this is the cash flow, okay? You're going to divide the line balance by the cash flow to get your velocity term, okay, your VT, which in this case was 2.5 months, all right, to get out of that line of credit and do it all again. And by the way, when you are using credit wisely, do they reward you by credit limit increases? What about your rewards? You're getting paid because you're responsible. You're getting rewarded for responsibility. Man, that'll be a message, right? That'll be a title of a video. Rewarded for responsibility. So don't be afraid of these interest costs, right? Of these costs of borrowing, which is what an interest rate is, okay? Banks do it all the time. You are in a debt-based system. You're going to need to learn how to live in a debt-based system. You don't have to cut up your credit cards. You don't cut up your leverage. Just learn to live in the system you're in. Listen, fish have to learn by the system they are in. We have to learn the system we are in. Birds have to learn with the system that they are in. Let's just do that because it makes sense, okay? Listen, folks, we're going to see you on another webinar. Man, we got a webinar this Tuesday. And if you don't know, you better tell somebody. God bless you. We'll see you in another video, and you take care.